Hello traders and welcome to December's non-farm payrolls live event. Richard is here, the Elliott Wave Jedi, back again with another live technical analysis session serving traders responsibly here with Orbex.com. Today is Friday the 7th of December. It is 3:14 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time, and I'm looking at some correlations and the technical patterns which involve the forex majors and metals. It is the NFP day, the non-farm payrolls in the United States, and once again, the market seems to be lining up for some impressive impulses, right? So during this webinar, I will be analyzing the charts live in an attempt to decipher the next best interpretations and possible swings on this important event, right? Now, this session will be based mostly on technical analysis, more exactly on Elliott waves, and I will be combining multiple technical analysis tools such as structures, patterns, channels, Fibonacci measurements, divergences, harmonics, and others. So today we're going to focus on the non-farm payrolls event, which is expected to have an important impact on the markets. The release will take place at 1:30 p.m. GMT, which is approximately 15 minutes from now. Okay, until then, I'm going to share with you my wave counts, labels, structures, and the overall technical analysis. We'll go quickly onto it, and I will then the NFP will actually be released. So for those of you who don't know what the NFP is, I will briefly explain it. The NFP represents the number of jobs added in the government sector, excluding the farming industry in the United States. It is an economic event. And as you can see here from the economic calendar, the expectations, the forecast is for 169,000 more jobs, less than less than the previous month, 250,000, 250K. So let's say a bit, the analysts are expecting a decrease, which means in translation could be, if this is true, could be quite bearish for the US dollar. Now, the jobs obviously are important for the economic for the economy. When people actually have jobs, they participate more to the economy, they spend more, etc., right? So everything is growing. They fill up the GDP, the gross domestic product, and so on, right? Now, before we jump on the charts, I would like to let you know that everything that I'm about to say is not designed to induce or influence you in any way, and all my views should be treated as simple market commentary and not as an investment advice. Should you attempt to use any information provided, please do acknowledge the risks involved. Thank you. This session is being recorded, so it will be available for later viewing on the Orbex blog. It is also live on YouTube and Facebook, so you guys should be able to participate. Now, the full basically the registration link is on the Orbex blog, and further to a continuation will take place, and I will be remaining only with the attendees which are actually in the room inside the webinar. So for those of you who are viewing this on YouTube or Facebook, then it could be a good idea to jump inside the actual room, so in order to avoid any interruption. Thank you. Now, if you would like this live session, please support me with a thumbs up or even share it so we can reach more traders. Thanks a lot. Now, I do believe that it's time to get on those charts, so let's just go for it. Okay, now I'm on the dollar index on the 2-hour chart, and the wave count. Actually, I've been tracking this, and those of you who are following me on a daily basis, you guys know that I was quite, let's say, bearish around here and then around here and so on, right? Now there is a trend line, as you guys can actually see, which is and it's the dollar index is kind of like hovering around right here, and it does on a smaller time frame, it is making a little bit of something bearish pattern, I would say. So the results, as my 2 cents, could be mixed towards, mixed with a touch of bearishness for the dollar, for the US dollar today. However, it all depends on the actual figures, right? Now, If you guys have any questions, of course, please do type them in, keep them rolling, and I will do my best to respond in due time, right? So just write in the question box there if you guys can, if you guys have any questions, we'll answer, of course, to everybody. I will do my best. So let's actually continue. Now, the non-farm payrolls is expected to decrease, the participation rate to remain somewhat, let's say, flat, and the average hourly earnings are expected to increase with 0.2%, right? And if this is true, then this should support US dollar a little bit, even if the payrolls would be lower indeed, right? Now, another important thing is the unemployment rate, which is expected to remain flat to 3.7%. So as you can see, mixed data is actually expected, but I'm a technical analyst, technical guy here, so I would most likely, um, figure out on the chart. I will most likely make my most important decisions based on the technicals, right? So the way I'm labeling the dollar index here on the 2-hour chart, I'm calling the top right there with that X leg because of that complex structure WXYXZ triple free right there in minute degrees, purple WXYXZ right here, which according to my labels are ending minor X red. So after that, I'm labeling an ABC type of structure with an A, and then a B with a running flat in this minuet B, and then of course the 5-way sequence in the C wave dust, ending a minute red A, and then on the upside free swings sequence, an ABC, simple ABC move with an ending diagonal right here in the C minute orange. Thus, this entire ABC completing the B wave, right? But after that, the dollar actually broke after that, broke on the downside, broke the ending diagonal, and this structure most likely looks like a running flat right here in this minute black 2. So right after that, we broke through that trend line that I mentioned earlier, and now it's kind of looking like it wants to do something. So this event could be quite important for the US dollar. I have somebody here asking for the Euro USD forecast. Yeah, we'll go through. I mean, we have 8 minutes until the actual release, so we'll go quickly on a few forex and metals and so on. So right here on the gold on the 2-hour chart, what I do have, I have it labeled here. As a wave 1 minute green, correction 2, and then the rise. Okay, so I'm labeling an extension. Honestly, I'm expecting a rally in gold, so we'll see if that actually happens right there. Okay, so okay, there we go. Now it appears. All right, so I'm labeling the extension, let's say in wave 1, my minute 1, and then minute group black, sorry, and then wave 2, and then an ABC correction, and then the extension could possibly jump right here. So this wave 4 could actually be here, to be honest, right? Because it could actually be, the structure could be like this, okay, like this, and then so it would be quite interesting. However, it can just jump from here, okay? But the way this looks, kind of looks like it has one more leg on the downside before a possible bounce on exactly on this 38.2, possibly the 50%, somewhere around there. So we'll actually see. But the outlook, I mean, the gold still looks bullish for now, right? Unless we have a major surprise with this NFP. Hence the reason why I'm saying that the NFP could be quite important today. So for those of you, um, which pairs uh, which pairs will be more affected? Well, obviously the ones which are countering the US dollar, right? And for the metals, gold and silver. Also the indices, not to mention them, because we're gonna go on the indices later on, and I have some things later on, the I mean towards the end, I will be covering some important aspects such as the VIX, the volatility index, the Nasdaq breaking through this important trend line, the S&P as well, the Dow Jones, and DAX, and also the USD CAD, which is I mean, it's quite dodgy right there, but anyhow. Yes, it's doing something important. I think it's gonna make the USD CAD will make an important decision. Um, Also on the USD Swiss, USD Yen, pound dollar, euro dollar, crude oil as well. Okay, so we'll go on the crude oil. It is OPEC meeting today. It's taking place, so I do get the sense that the crude oil could actually make a decision, right? So before we jump on that, let me just continue with the silver quickly right here. So similar to gold, I have it labeled in minute green, 1 and then 2 complex right here, WXY, double free, and then the actual impulse. This looks very nice, this correction right here, so it can be favorable for more upside. Okay, however, it does have the right to go towards the 61.8, making this correction as a free right here, and then possibly more upside. So it all depends on today's move. So in other words, if it does go down to 61.8, should be watched for more details. If it's broken, then somewhere something has happened right here, and there could be more downside. But I'm not really expecting that as of now. Okay. Now, as for crude oil, I was labeling crude oil like this, let's say 3-4, and I was expecting a bit more downside, right? However, that doesn't mean that it's not gonna occur something like that. But I am actually looking at crude oil after this impressive bearish trend, which has been I've been screaming about this for the past for past months and so on, right? For that big drop on the crude oil. So also giving the Orbex traders my analysis and my views and so on, sharing everything that I'm doing, right? So yeah, congrats on those who actually followed this impressive, extraordinary downtrend. Now on the crude oil, right? I'm still trying to see if we're gonna have one more on the downside, right, from here, because it is open meeting. It is expected the volatility is expected to kick in today, right? So if it does, let's say for instance, if it does drop one more, then I would be looking for that final piece, and also a bullish divergence right there to possibly push um, crude oil back to the gap, right, which formed at the breakout in the free, right, the acceleration gap in the free of freeze, right? So yeah, now as for the euro, before typically, I mean, let's say all my views are, let's say for instance, in favor of, I mean, they're not in favor for the US dollars. So my 2 cents would be, I mean, even if the event will be mixed today, right? Favorable temporary for the US dollar. I was still, technically speaking, larger degree patterns are still pointing to me, okay, this is just me. You don't need to follow what I'm saying or something like that. I just said in the beginning, the disclaimer. So I am I am actually, let's say, still bullish on the Euro USD. We do have a corrective pattern right here after that impulsive move. Also, that structure, this could be an ABC as well. So we'll see what type of structure this one commences. So still pointing on the upside, and the GBP USD as well. However, the structure is different right here. I'm labeling it in an A, and then a complex structure right there. Not sure what to say about the way it moved on the upside. GBP, but the pound has um, some negative aura around it, which is so entire Brexit talks and all that, right? So it could form one more low, obviously lower than that and lower than this. So it could actually do that before it would jump. Okay. Now, the USD Yen, I've been able to notice this bearish cipher right there. Okay, and also make an analysis for you guys right there. And also I'm labeling it in a minor degree A and then B right here with the C leg in an ending diagonal, right? So let's say for instance an ABC, and with the C leg already started, so minute 1 and then 2 and then 1 2 and the extension, right? So we don't really have enough time, but we'll continue with the technical analysis. Let's just jump on the economic calendar and actually see the results. Okay, so would be looking at the CAD as well, because we're going to look at the USD CAD. All right, so it is, let's say for instance, lower. The non-farm payrolls are less than expected, 155k, which is bearish. Participation rate 62.9%, average hourly earnings 0.2. Okay, and the unemployment rate remaining flat. So this should have an impact on the chart. Let's go back to the dollar index right there, and what do you know, right? Started to drop. This is actually um yeah, this is not a surprise that I said. I did say before that I was expecting a bearish move on the US dollar today. So here we go. We do have a potential trend, and by that, I would actually show you the daily chart, right, and my labels on the daily time frame, because as I mentioned, this non-farm payrolls event could be quite significant. It could make the difference. Okay, now I do have the Nasdaq right here on the daily time frame, and as you guys can actually see, this trend line has been broken, retested, and yeah, I'm labeling it in a double flat, running flat like this. Okay, in this X intermediate purple, so W X Y. All right, and it does seem quite bearish, let's say. Okay, now the dollar on the daily chart, I'm labeling it after that drop with the Fed rates and this and that, back in back in 2017, right? And then the once it bounced, I'm labeling it as a 1 2 zigzagging 2 right here, and then 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 in a triangle, contracting triangle right there, and then the fifth leg on the upside. So after that, I'm labeling it a W, and then the X wave, the WXYXZ, as I have it labeled in the 2 hour chart. If you excuse my voice, please, I'm a bit, let's say for instance, have a flu, and tend to cough some from time to time. So if I do switch to my cough, that means I'm not, not in my best behavior. So yeah, thank you. Now, the labels are, let's say for instance, just like you saw them on the 2 hour time frame, but as a larger view, okay, as a bird's eye view, would be expecting this move. And I will actually explain to you why, because if this is the A wave, right, this retracement is not really enough to even cover a nice 50% or 61.8, not even 38.2, right? I mean, a 38.2, not even hit, but you get my point, right? It's not really a nice retracement for this to be considered as a complete pattern, regardless if, I mean, even if this X went higher than the start of W, right? It could be a running flat. So in a sense that this can be like this, but still, even if it's like that, it can go here before it bounces, right? So we'll need all I need to do right now is count 5 waves on the downside, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll have an extension, so it will actually would look like as an expanding flat, which is something that I would want to see, and actually hit this golden ratio, this phi area, also make a potential inverted head and shoulders right there for more upside. But a retracement could be healthy for the US dollar, because let's face it, the dollar has been running on the upside for the entire year, and somewhere along the line profit has to be taken, and it has to get the hammer, my personal view. So yeah, moving on to the gold right here, right? I've been publishing a lot of let's say a lot of ideas lately, and as you guys can see, I was saying that down and then up, and we could actually see gold rising all the way up there, because the way I'm labeling gold on a daily chart is, let's say, in after the fall and the breach of December 2015, December 2016 trend line, it could want to retest it, right, and hit the 61.8, the vibration zone, and commence that move on the upside. Okay, so we'll see more now. Obviously, if you guys have any questions, right, please do type them in. I'm sure that you guys are busy right now with the charts, so let me just go back on the 2-hour time frames. Okay, oops. Sorry. All right, excuse me, guys. So let's just continue here. So what I was saying on the dollar index, we'll take each pair right there, and we'll do basically some analysis, because I have been mentioning that the dollar could get softer. However, this move is not really enough. I would like to see it really dropping throughout the day. Now, keep in mind that the market participants are still digesting these moves, right? So it's not really I mean, it's not I don't think it's gonna happen just like that in a flash, right? I think it needs more time for more people to actually spot this and jump, right? Jump on the opportunity. So let's say, I mean, the dollar seems I mean, the analysis and the wave counts is seems on track. This could be a bearish flag right there after this running flat. Okay, so let's just go on gold to see if it did go up indeed, and it does look promising, right? Now silver, same thing. As for crude oil, yeah, I think that crude oil could have just reached its bottom, right? Right. So basically, what it would need to do is just to show, let's say, for instance, something like this, yeah, to continue obviously the move, and then to have a of a corrective pattern on the downside, descending corrective pattern right here, as a bull flag, right, as either a zigzag or a simple flat or something like this, something, a simple correction, in other words. Okay, so yeah, now continuing with the euro, it is same type of pattern right here, right there, and right there. These are signs that the euro could be engaging in the free of freeze, right? I mean, an extension in this free, of this free, right? As for the pound dollar, kind of the same situation right there. So the analysis is spot on, is on track. Let's check the USD Yen right here, because I did post an some idea right there yesterday, but also the days before, on December 3rd, right before it dropped. Look at that, excellent. Okay, right. So even on the euro right there, yeah, the euro kind of consolidated, didn't just jump like that, but gold did. Okay, so yeah, let's just check them out, right? I think it's this one, and there are more previous ideas. I'm active all the time, guys, you know me. So yeah, plus I'm updating my charts on a daily basis. Yeah, now USD Swiss, right? The way I'm labeling the USD Swiss, and let's just continue. USD Swiss is I'm labeling it in an impulse, obviously, as you guys can actually see, and this complex structure, yeah, right here, for me, represents a W complex, double free, so W and X, and then A, B, and then C, right? We'll explain these patterns let's say from a harmonic point of view, this could be a bearish shark, right? Right there. And this is how I've been able to notice and also post that 360 um, view on the Orbex blog, so you guys can actually check it. Go on the Orbex blog and actually see. So after that, an ABC with an impulsive move in the C leg, and then we have an ending diagonal in the C of this ABC. So thus making the X. After that, we have an A and then a triangle or something like that in the B wave, right? I would prefer to look at this as a flat formation in this B, in the red minute B, right? Okay, let me just delete those things. All right, get rid of, I like to keep my charts clean. Okay, so basically, I'm labeling it an AB and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Would expect an extension in the last fifth leg because of the way this free looks, right? Doesn't really have it, or this is the extension and this free could be even like more and more lower. So for now, I'm just keeping my, my senses. I don't want to jump the gun, and yeah, cat big drop. Okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, I'm very happy to see this because I've been hunting this one for quite some time, right? Honestly, I've been active here, and then somewhere around here. It did go a little bit more, and I was becoming like a little bit, let's say, cautious, let's say, because I was if this thing jumped more, then it would have had the extension. Okay, so yeah, now it's confirmed. And now we can actually see something else, which we can see more on the daily time frame on crude oil. Right there we go. So this thing could go to $100 a barrel because it has, it did provide that actual drop. Look at that, bow. Okay, and entered the buy zone, the green zone right there, right there. I mean the supply zone, right? Previous support resistances. Look at that. Right? So it's not hard at all. Now, what I'm saying is that crude oil can be located as at some like significant levels, which could actually push it to new highs, or technically speaking, at least until this trend line, right? So yeah, but the way it's actually looks right now, and um, I'm gonna update the labels. I had it like this right now until now, as you guys can actually see. As for euro, kind of the same scenario right here on the daily chart, and the wave structure is super complicated, right? I'm trying to label this as the best I can, but it can actually be quite, I mean, more like simple. Let's say 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, and then this to be a triangle 4, 5, and then this to be an A or a W or something like that, and then this the B wave or the X wave. So still points on the upside, right? But the way this moves, right? Let's say it could either be like this, I mean, and running flat, but if it breaches it, it can even go to the 61.8 vibration zone, also possibly form that head and shoulders formation. So I am actually curious because after that would be looking for the French elections gap, which is like a long distance away, right? So it's quite interesting. Pound dollar on the daily time frame, I'm expecting an impulse, a big one, for the 61.8, 50% right there. So yeah, pretty much. As for the USD yen, the yen on a daily time frame does look like it's about to make an important decision, because it's either it goes like that on the upside, or it's drops. I mean, it breaches through the ascending channel, and that could be quite serious. I'm in favor of the drop, to be honest with you, because I'm seeing some significant strength in the yen. Euro yen, if the euro gets strong, I would actually see one more for this very, very complex structure. Pound yen, kind of a similar structure right there, and I've been able um, to be, I mean, present right there. Pound Swiss, I mean, right here, with I was present right here at the tops, calling for the downtrend, as you guys can see. Also present here, and now I would like to see this because this structure seems to be like this, okay, for more downside. So we'll see more around there. Now, as for the DAX, ooh, this one I've been, this one I nailed it right there, right? In the quarter report right there, drop, 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 even there, everywhere. All the tops and all the bottoms for this one. As for um, as for Dow Jones as well, right here, and also on the Dow Jones, we'll go. So let's continue basically with the 2-hour time frames, so we can actually call this webinar short. Okay, in the meantime, while I'm gonna continue, I'm going to basically I'm going to end the sessions for Facebook Live and YouTube Live for those of you who want to continue, because I'm going to explain some other important aspects of the what I'm seeing basically on the charts, what could be coming, and we could get prepared for something very big and in the markets. So basically, for those of you who do want to continue, those of you who are viewing this from YouTube Live or Facebook Live, please please consider joining the webinar in progress. Link is in the description. Yeah, see you there. Thank you very much. All right, guys, we're all alone, so let's continue. So on the USD CAD, right? I've been waiting for a sign like this, right? And those of you who know me, you guys know that I've posted this one right yesterday. Okay, so basically what I'm seeing, because I've been posting this all over again. Okay, and I've been looking at this most recently as a leading diagonal in a wave one and then two. Then it kept on going up, right? So the structure was indeed a little bit different in a sense that it kept on complicating, expanding in its complexity. In a sense that this is I'm labeling it as a WXY double free in this X wave primary degree turquoise. Okay, so I'm gonna do something right here, just gonna get rid of those fibs because they're not, I don't think they will, it's too big of a coincidence for the 61.8 to be touched right here of this 3 and 4. I mean, the wave, this impulse looks like by the book, right? 1, 2, and then the channel in the wave 3, then 4, and then 5, 61.8 of 3 and 5, minute green. So that does look promising, this setup. The reason why I'm saying that is because this could go very low. Okay, very low. This could go very low in a sense that it could actually lose about 1,800, 2,000 pips on the downside, right? Which means that the crude oil could get a lot of gain a lot of bullish momentum, as the wave count could be ending, could actually reach the bottom, right? Just like I said before. So not to mention that, I mean, if this is a combo, if the US dollar gets weaker, and like I'm actually expecting, I'm waiting for quite some time now, right? Um, this could this one could be really a very good opportunity. I would actually believe so. Okay, the USD CAD. Another good opportunity would be the I mean, other opportunities. Let's say, let me just jump back on the daily time frames so you guys can actually see what I mean. Yeah, pound Swiss. Okay, not sure if it's gonna. I mean, it has to make a decision right here. So if the structure is broken right there, okay, could be quite bearish, right? However, what I would like to see is one more rise and actually hit the 61.8 for this actual drop. Okay, because I've been saying this before. Yeah, and from then I kind of lost 1,400 pips approximately. Okay, and then from the top, from the bottom on the small time frames. So this structure is like this. So it broke it. Now it's doing this again for possibly one more to hit this bottom. So we're basically looking at the big swing, right? Not only that, but also some others, right? Such as the euro right there. After that, and basically the pound right there, especially the pound dollar, and then the pound yen, right? And also the euro yen. So if all these things panned out, the market will align for something big. And what I mean by that, what I mean by big, is the following. Is the following thing. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let's just load those charts. Okay, what I mean is this: the VIX, the volatility index, the fear index, the thing that um, makes the indices and the stock traders tremble, right? It's something that when it goes up, simply put, when it goes up, when it spikes, fear kicks in, and stocks get sold off, and indices commence a big sell-off, right? And I've been tracking this for quite some time, and those of you who are following me did manage to catch that. That even the February drop, I was actually on the indices. I was actually active right there with analysis on that spike, even during a course that I did. So right after that, let's say when the spike actually commenced is 26th of September, right there, posted this one, right, and so on. I really thought this was gonna be it, but it didn't, right, go that way. And yesterday, I'm at it again, right? And it is spike. I mean, 2 days ago. Sorry, not yesterday. I think. So the way I'm labeling the indices, and especially I'm focusing on, let's say, Nasdaq right here because the wave count is a little bit clearer. And the way I'm labeling it is in a running flat right there. And I would expect, of course, more downside. Something similar to the DAX on the daily time frame has it moved, right? Kept on moving. So I would expect one more, let's say for instance, but what I would expect right here is a retest of this trend line, and I would like to see what will happen there, because it is quite important. It's either it breaks through and gains support for more upside, or it bumps its head, and then it's like super massive fall, right? I think. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm just giving you what I got here, what I'm seeing. As for the SPX, kind of a similar structure, but in a flat, right? Or even a triangular pattern could be, right? Like this, and then this being the wave one, and then wave two. Important is all of them to be monitored around the 61.8, the golden ratio, to see the reaction, because this could be a wave two, and then you know you know what I mean, because on the US 30, and those of you who are joining me for quite some time, you guys know what I said basically on the 26th, and I mentioned that possibility for one more small rise for the Dow, and then a big drop, right? That's exactly what happened. Rise, small one, and then boom. Yeah, many of you actually got that. So especially on the DAX as well, right? So yeah, on the USD CAD, that's one good opportunity, and there are plenty others. So let's just continue with the others, right? USD Swiss. I'm gonna continue with the AUD, with the Aussie dollar and US dollar on the 2-hour time frame, and I'm labeling it in an impulse. Minor one green right here, this one, okay, and then the corrective pattern. All right, in a running flat. Actually, it did hit a new low, so it's not running flat, it's an expanded flat. Okay, so it expanded flat. I do believe that this could actually jump if the metals would go like that, and also the NZD kind of similar structure. However, I'm labeling it in an extension in the fifth of fifth. Okay, because we have here 1 2 and then 1 2 3 4 5, so 3 then 4, and then this to be the first wave correction, sharp correction, and then this could actually jump on the upside. So as you can see, the wave counts have kind of synchronizing right here, right? And if the GBP USD goes up, then the Euro GBP should actually go down. And a coincidence is that a structure could be ending right here in an ABC in an expanding flat, as 161 point of A and B Fibonacci extensions could be watched, and the level is 0.9100. Yeah, 0.9010, and we'll see what happens there. Yeah, because it is channeling in this C wave right here, in this fifth wave, it is channeling right here. So this could last a bit, right? Because they're both going to be strong. But yeah, until the pound will actually uh, rise a lot. Now I'm not sure what to say about the euro yen and the pound yen. Okay, the structures are very, very complicated. Um, Now this entire thing could be a massive, you know, it could even be a triangle. It's some sort of triangle, but uh, as I said, the structure is complicated on the or on the euro yen. So yeah, it could have one more upside, as you guys saw on the daily time frame. The pound yen could actually have a triangular pattern right here, which could signal a bit more downside before the up. If the up occurs, right, and the pound Swiss, yeah, the pound Swiss was active right here. Yep. Okay. On that move on the upside, and what I'm seeing right now is a possibility for one more on the upside. So the way it's going on the downside kind of looks corrective. Okay. And the way it looks on the downside, it kind of looks corrective. So basically, how I'm um how I'm viewing them is in a potential, because this I don't think it's the only move, right? This could be the A, B, and then C as a running or expanding flat, and then we'll see what the structure would mostly look like, because this could be a very complex structure, so it can hang around like that in a corrective manner for quite some time. Yeah, so back to the USD CAD. Now, yeah, this is about it. We'll leave the markets to digest these moves. I'm glad so many of you got the chance to join. I hope the analysis indeed worked. Uh, for those of you who actually would like to get themselves educated more on these type of patterns, there are some handouts there, some PDFs with an ebook, the Let Wave ebook right there for the ones inside the room. Yeah, so I think that was about it for today. We did a good job. Thank you very much for your time. I'm glad you were able to make it. For those of you who want to see the recording, it will be posted on the Orbex blog and on the YouTube channel. Obviously, it's going to be available. So once again, thank you very much for your time. As I like to say to all my traders, until next time, stay in the green and many pips ahead. Thank you.